yeah, a lot of the archive came from them and came out of the Lennon archive. And those conversations that you're talking about, particularly, they were, that was quite a big moment when we received those conversations, because like we someone called Simon Hilton, who is part of the Lennon estate, who helped us a lot, he came over to New York and he was going through the archive here, and he sort of walked past a shelf, sort of dusty shelves that no one had looked at for 50 years, or well, it wouldn't be 50 years in the archive, but the tapes are 50 years old and no one had listened to them. And he saw this box and opened it up, and there were these tapes inside it, and he was like, I wonder what these are. And it came to light that they were these amazing recordings from the Bank Street apartment, from their phone. And so once he sent them across to Kevin and myself, and we immediately knew that there was something very special, because you never hear John and Yoko like that, really talking with completely away from public view, as they were as people amongst themselves.
Yeah, and you had these phone calls that he recorded everything. It's really kind of bonkers. Was this do you know why he was recording this? Was this out of fear? Was this like the time they wanted to deport him, or was he recording these? I think in the documentary they were talked about how they think that someone is listening in on them. Is that why they were recording these as well, or what was the reason, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think that John and Yoko were just very playful people who had sort of recording things around, and hey, let's record this conversation where we're all in the room, or and so I don't think it's a sort of, for them, that an unusual thing, although it seems kind of mad to suddenly record your phone calls for a while. But we do know, and as he says himself in the film, that he became very worried at some point about being bugged and followed, and there was a definite sense of paranoia around at times, and he wanted this record of what was said, so that he wasn't exactly sure, as he said in the film, wasn't exactly sure why he was recording his calls, but thought they might come in handy, and they certainly came in handy for the film.
Well, yeah.
So maybe not his original intention, but 50 years later, we made use of them.
Yeah, that was I loved hearing it. I know that hardcore Beatles fans will have heard a lot of, not this stuff necessarily, but for me, hearing Yoko's voice and seeing all of this different footage of Yoko than you usually see when a story is about the Beatles, it was enlightening and really nice to see.